Hello, and welcome to our channel, a nexus for the inquisitive and perpetually curious. Here, you'll uncover a universe of knowledge that spans everyday life and beyond. Welcome to another episode from our Botanical Wonders collection, where we explore the captivating world of nature's flora, each with its unique values, beauty, and significance. In this podcast, we are excited to spotlight the Baobab Tree, an extraordinary natural wonder known as the Tree of Life. Join us as we explore its unique adaptations, cultural significance, and the critical role it plays in sustaining diverse ecosystems across Africa, Madagascar, and Australia. Stay tuned for this wonderful adventure and discover all the fascinating secrets of these magnificent giants.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is where we take the sources you're curious about and really dig into them.
We get to the core of what makes them interesting.
Exactly. And today we're exploring the incredible Baobab tree. This was sparked by a video you sent us. The amazing Baobab, the legendary tree of life, and nature's resilient giants.
Yeah, from the Perpetually Curious channel. And right away, that nickname, Tree of Life, it just grabs you, doesn't it?
It really does. It signals something, well, really significant.
And we're going to unpack that today, understand why it's earned that name, using the insights from that video.
Absolutely. And these trees, they aren't just in one spot. We're talking mainland Africa,
Madagascar,
and even northwestern Australia. Quite a spread.
Mm-hmm.
So our mission today is to get under the bark, so to speak. Understand their unique adaptations, their cultural weight, and, their ecological role.
These massive, magnificent giants.
Okay, so let's start right there with the Tree of Life. Why that name? What's the essence of it?
Well, the absolute core of it is the baobab's extraordinary ability to store just vast amounts of water.
In that really thick trunk.
Exactly,
Yeah.
in that huge swollen trunk. And this isn't just, a little extra water. It's a fundamental survival tool for living in really arid places.
Places with long droughts,
Yeah.
intense heat.
Precisely. The video mentions the spongy tissue inside the trunk, the parenchyma. It acts like this amazing natural reservoir.
So it can lose a lot of water but not collapse.
Right. It can withstand incredible water loss, which is pretty unique compared to many other trees. It's incredibly efficient for those tough conditions.
So that stored water, it becomes like a critical resource, a lifeline.
A genuine lifeline, yeah. For wildlife, and for human communities, too. The video points out how it provides water, obviously, but also shelter, food, other resources when things get scarce.
It really shows that interconnectedness in dry landscapes.
It does. And the shape itself is just iconic, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, those branches reaching up, almost like roots in the air.
Especially when they're leafless. It creates this really distinctive, almost ancient-looking silhouette.
And the video mentioned that shape has come to symbolize things like strength, timelessness.
Exactly. In many cultures, it holds that kind of weight.
And speaking of timelessness, that silhouette has been around for a long, long time. Which brings us to their age. They're incredibly old, right?
Oh, incredibly. It's another really mind-blowing aspect. Some are believed to be over 2,000 years old.
2,000 years. That's hard to even comprehend.
It truly is. I mean, think about it. They're like living witnesses to centuries, millennia of history unfolding around them, just standing there.
Silent witnesses to time. Gives you a sense of awe, really.
Definitely.
Okay, so they're ancient. They store tons of water. Let's get a bit more technical. The video mentioned different types, 8 species.
That's correct, yes. 8 distinct species, all belonging to the genus Adansonia.
Adansonia, got it.
And that genus is part of the bigger plant family, Malvaceae. It's like, their branch on the big plant family tree.
And they're spread across those 3 main areas we mentioned, Africa, Madagascar, Australia.
Right. And it's quite specific which ones are where. It's fascinating, really.
So different species adapted to different places. What did the video say about which ones are where?
Well, mainland Africa is home to Adansonia digitata. That's probably the classic image most people have.
Okay, the African baobab.
Then Madagascar is, it's a real hotspot. Several unique species there, including Adansonia grandidieri, that's the tallest one.
The tallest. Wow.
And then way over in northwestern Australia, you find Adansonia gregori.
Right. Okay, let's circle back to the African one, digita. The water storage, the video really emphasized that. Huge volumes.
Absolutely phenomenal amounts. The video mentions that, really big mature trees could potentially store up to 30,000 gallons.
30,000 gallons.
Now, that's Likely exceptional, the absolute maximum for the biggest trees. Your typical large baobab might hold less, but even so, it's still an incredible adaptation for dry environments.
And it's not just like a big, simple tank inside, is it? The video hinted the trunk structure itself helps manage the water. Something about restricting movement.
Yeah, that's interesting. The way the vascular tissues, the tree's plumbing system are arranged helps to sort of compartmentalize the water.
Compartmentalize.
Yeah, think of it a bit like having multiple smaller, semi-isolated storage zones within the main trunk. It helps prevent rapid water loss, helps conserve it over long, dry spells.
Clever natural engineering.
It really is.
Okay, another really fascinating bit from the video was pollination. How do these huge trees actually get pollinated? It's not the usual daytime bee activity, apparently.
No, it's quite different. What's really cool is the timing. The flowers, they open really rapidly right around dusk.
At sunset.
Yeah. Then they produce nectar. They're fertile through the night, specifically timed for nocturnal pollinators. Then they start fading by sunrise.
So strictly a nighttime operation makes sense if you know who's visiting.
Exactly. For the African baobab, Adansonia digitata, the main pollinators are fruit bats.
Bats, okay.
Yeah, drawn in by the often quite strong fragrance the flowers release at night. The video also notes that hawk moths might play a minor role in some areas.
And the cousins in Madagascar and Australia? Different visitors.
They do have different preferences, yeah.
Yeah.
In Madagascar, the various species there are primarily pollinated by bees, actually.
Bees, so not nocturnal there.
Well, likely different types of bees, maybe active at dusk or dawn, or the pollination mechanism differs slightly. It shows that evolutionary divergence.
Interesting. And Australia, Adansonia gregori.
That one mainly relies on the convolvulus hawk moth, but the video mentions birds and even some rodents might chip in as secondary pollinators.
Wow, quite the variety across the different species. It really highlights how they've adapted specifically to their locations.
Absolutely. Different ecological partnerships have formed.
Okay, so those nighttime flowers, they eventually lead to fruit. The video described the fresh fruit of the African baobab green, tangy, nutrient-rich pulp inside.
Mm-hmm.
But then something unique happens inside the shell. It dries out.
Yes, exactly. As the fruit matures, it naturally dehydrates right there inside its hard shell. The pulp turns brown and becomes this dry, powdery substance.
And that's the monkey bread they mentioned.
That's the stuff, yeah. Commonly called monkey bread.
And it's not just some dry powder. The video said it's actually packed with nutrients.
Surprisingly so, yes. Lots of vitamin C, calcium, antioxidants, other minerals. It's a really valuable food source.
For local communities, right. And animals, too, presumably.
Definitely. For the people living near baobabs, it's historically been very important. And yes, as the name suggests, monkeys and other animals enjoy it, too. Another way the baobab provides.
So beyond just the biology, the water, the fruit, the video really drove home the deeper cultural and ecological significance.
Yeah, absolutely. These aren't just trees. They're deeply woven into the fabric of life where they grow.
For generations, communities have relied on them.
For countless generations. The video touches on using the bark for textiles, for making strong ropes, even cloth. And of course, the leaves and fruit for food. They're part of daily life, traditions, even spiritual beliefs in many places.
And ecologically, they sound like, well, like central hubs.
They really are. Providing habitats, nesting sites for birds, homes for insects, food sources for so many creatures, they support a huge amount of biodiversity.
The video sort of implied they might be keystone species in some areas, like their removal would have a huge knock-on effect.
That's a very good way to put it. Their presence or absence can really shape the entire ecosystem around them. Their health impacts everything.
Which, unfortunately, leads us to the threats. The video didn't shy away from the fact that these giants are facing problems.
No, sadly, that's the reality. It highlighted the growing threats causing declines, even among some of the oldest, biggest trees.
What are the main culprits?
Habitat loss is a big one. Deforestation, land being converted for farming or development, these directly impact baobab populations, reducing their numbers and where they can grow.
It's sobering. Even these incredibly resilient, ancient trees are vulnerable.
They are. But the video did offer some hope, mentioning conservation efforts.
Right. People are working to protect them.
Yes, thankfully. It's crucial. Local community initiatives, national programs, international conservation groups, they're all involved. The video referenced the IUCN, the International Union for Conservation of Nature.
Ah, the red list people. They assess the risk level for species.
Exactly. And as of 2025, their evaluations show varying levels of concern for the baobab species.
What did it say?
Perry's baobab is listed as critically endangered.
Yeah.
That's extremely serious.
Critically endangered. Wow.
And both the Suarez baobab and Grandadier's baobab, the tall one from Madagascar, are listed as endangered.
Endangered. Those are very worrying statuses.
They certainly are. And as the video rightly points out, saving baobabs isn't just about saving the trees themselves.
It's about everything connected to them.
Exactly. It's about protecting entire ecosystems, all the species that rely on them, the human communities intertwined with them. It's about preserving a whole web of life.
So, wrapping up our deep dive today, it's crystal clear why the baobab is called the tree of life. Just remarkable.
From the incredible water storage, that astonishing age,
The diverse species, those unique pollination strategies.
the nutritional value, the deep cultural roots.
And unfortunately, the very real threats they face now. It's an extraordinary story.
It truly is a vital natural wonder.
Which leaves us with a final thought, maybe something for you to ponder.
Yeah, when you consider the baobab's resilience, its absolutely vital role, it really makes you think, doesn't it? What other natural wonders, maybe things we see as more ordinary, might hold equally fascinating secrets?
Or face similar, maybe hidden conservation challenges.
Exactly. Challenges that really deserve more of our attention, more action. It's just a powerful reminder to, well, to look a bit closer at the natural world around us and how interconnected it all is.
Thank you for tuning in. If you found value in this episode, you may consider supporting us in one of the following ways. Tap the Super Thanks button on YouTube, or support us on Buy Me a Coffee using the link in the description or by scanning the QR code shown on screen. We truly appreciate your support. Thank you. Before you go, take a moment to explore the related content here. You might just find your next favorite video. Thank you for watching.